Hey y'all, it's Raven. Welcome back to another episode of Raven's Musings. I'm currently in Inverness, and boy, do I have stories for you. Among all of my photography adventures and travel adventures, I not only have taken B-roll and photos, but also made friends and literally climbed mountains. It's been fantastic and kind of an emotional roller coaster as well, which we can get into a little bit later. My solo Edinburgh adventures were nice. I haven't even really thought about them a whole lot. To be honest, I didn't do a ton when I was in Edinburgh, but I did walk around a lot and take numerous photos, which I will show you here. Probably one of my favorite places that I went to when I was on my own in Edinburgh was Dean's Village. It was really quiet and residential. There weren't that many people there, which I like, and the buildings were just gorgeous. There was a little creek. I hiked down and got stung by a stinging nettle. This plant here is stinging nettle, and I keep very slightly bumping into it. Yeah. All over the place here. See, look at it. Everywhere. I've learned to identify it very quickly. Love that for me. Gotta learn the hard way sometimes with plants and things. That's why I'm not eating any mushrooms while I'm out in the woods. I'm saying that for you and also for myself because they all look so good and I really wish that I knew more about mushrooms so I could eat them. Besides the point, it will happen when I am ready for it. While I was on the train from Edinburgh to Fort William, my second destination in Scotland, I met this really lovely older woman whose name currently escapes me. I think it was Deborah. Anyway, she was absolutely lovely, and she kept telling me that she was very introverted and doesn't really like talking with people that often, which made me feel extra honored that we were having such deep conversation throughout pretty much our entire 4-hour train ride to Fort William.
Weird, because I believe, like you're saying, that things always work out. Look, here I am. Here I was. Yeah, things always work out.
We ended up parting ways, when we got to Fort William. But even still, I have her Instagram and she has mine. We haven't really corresponded much at all, but it was a good experience. The Fort William Backpackers Hostel, I've been recommending to everybody. This whole chain of hostels that I've stayed at around Scotland is so quirky and warm and welcoming. All of the staff have been absolutely lovely. I'm actually volunteering in Inverness right now. I've been here for, to be honest, I haven't really been keeping track of time very much, aside from not Halloween, and then traveling to different destinations in between. But it's been really nice to settle down in one place and better get to know the city and the staff and make some more friends. My first day at Fort William, I almost immediately made friends with this lovely femme named Sina, who is actually a van lifer in the States, and I could immediately tell that she was from the States. We always know because of the accents. But anyway, she took me in. There was a group of younger men at the hostel in Fort William when I entered, and I was exhausted from hiking up this hill with all of my backpacking items and things. And she immediately was like, yes, another femme, please come forth. A solo traveler, come forth to me. I will hold you and protect you. Very wholesome. So we immediately became friends and started talking about life in the States and how she was visiting friends, or how she was visiting family in Finland. And she had backpacked, like really backpacked, and walked from different cities, and was going from like along the Great Glenway, which is a very long, like 75-mile walk from Fort William to Inverness, and she walked that. Amazing. Spectacular woman. Wow. Whew. Impressive. But the first day I was in Fort William, I guess the second full day that I was there, Sina and I went to the, it's a viewpoint of the steam train, Harry Potter steam train, and I was so excited. Sina was amazing to hike with, because not only could we always go into like very deep conversation and theoretical talks, and just, it was really beautiful. I felt so seen by her and so safe with her. And Sina, if you're watching this, I miss you already. Hope you're having a lovely time wherever you are now. Anyway, so she took lots of photos of me, and I also took photos and videos of her as well, you know. Once we finished doing our little hike around the viewpoint, we came back, found a perfect spot to set up my camera gear, our camera stuff, and watch the steam train pass. Now, everyone, like, we were around some other camera people, but there was a huge group of people further down the trail. I didn't even realize how many people there were until the train passed and everyone decided to leave, but we were all holding our breath, and it was quiet while we were waiting for this train. And as the sound of the train started to approach and the tremble in the train tracks got slowly louder, you could almost feel a collective heartbeat and just anticipation for this beautiful specter. I have to show you this entire clip just because of how magical it was in the moment. I was overflowing with joy. Every kid who grew up from like the 90s to the 2000s and experienced the Harry Potter series, whether they read the books or watched the movies, they all waited for their letter to Hogwarts. I know I did. And the fact that I got to see this steam train and film it and just be there for it, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. And something really magical happened too. Right after the train passed and we were all cheering and hollering, it started to rain. So it was cloudy and misty the whole time. I actually got chills when I said that too. It was foggy and, you know, beautiful still the whole time, but we started hiking back down this trail, and it just started raining slowly harder and harder on us as we went down, and I'm just still overflowing with this joy and excitement from seeing this beautiful train. And Sina and I were both like laughing about it. Wow, we had the perfect timing for this entire encounter. We even got a chance to go and see this other little beautiful area. It was a special tower dedicated to a nobleman or warrior or someone, but you love my history stories. So precise. Anyway, that was really magical, and the whole day in of itself was so magical. I could barely even, it just felt like a dream the whole time. It was really wonderful. Another really beautiful experience that I didn't actually capture on camera while I was at Fort William, I met another friend. His name was Alex. He's from Australia, Aussie, a homeboy Aussie man's. He brought a little bit of, spicy, if you know, you know, and invited me and Sina to go out and have a little hit with him. Of course, it was absolutely delightful. I mean, well, we were just shooting the shit and chatting about life and what have you, as you do when you are smoking together, cigarettes or anything else, whatever. But in this moment, I was just talking about how everything has been working out in my favor, and how the universe works in our favor if we allow it to, because that's what it wants, and it's a neutral, energetic force that's just giving us what we consistently think about and manifest. Whether we're conscious of it or unconscious of it, we are getting what we're asking for every single day and every moment of our lives. And some things are difficult and unexplainable. That's a whole other topic, but I'm keeping it simple for this story's purposes. In this moment when I was talking about this and really speaking in my truth, both Sina and Alex were watching me and quietly listening with just, I could just see them absorbing every word that I had to say, and I could tell that it was ringing true for them as well. But it just felt so good to be seen like that. I mean, that's something that I've definitely experienced in my life, but it's been a while. So that was something that really felt like home in that moment, and I'm really grateful for that. So, Alex, if you're watching this video, you're super cool. Thanks for the goods and the really amazing whiskey that I can't stop thinking about. I hope you get to hike all of the hikes and climb all the mountains that you want to climb. So right now, I am trying to figure out the best place to either cross this raging river and get some shots, or play it safe and keep taking photos / video just around in this really beautiful mossy rocky area. I've taken a couple videos so far. Both times a hiker has passed, and I'm out here with my titties out. I don't know why I still feel a sense of shame with my body being out. It's so natural, and I bet I'm just going to be considered a fae in the woods if someone saw me. Besides the point. I'm still trying not to be seen. I'm down a really rough path past like underneath the main hiking trail right now. I'll show you the river. It is raging. That's the spot I'm trying to get to, and that is the river. See, I could totally get across those rocks there up into that little hole there. It'd be so beautiful with all the rocks. The pathway across looks relatively doable, like manageable, but also keep in mind I'm doing all of this barefoot while also making sure my camera's in the right space and everything. It would have been a lot of fun to have a buddy, but at the same time, I didn't have that luxury. So, we out here. I've decided not to cross the river just because I am alone. If something were to happen, then the water is rushing very quickly, and that would be rather dangerous. It's really beautiful on this side of the river, and there's a lot of really nice moss. So I think I'm gonna stay over here, and I brought a scarf with me. I'm gonna keep the more muted side on for camouflage reasons. But I had someone, like a group of hikers, pass by and hoop and holler at me. Typically I wouldn't care about that, but I kind of do, and it's sort of stressful. I really, really want to be out here naked and be totally owning it, and this is me trying to do that and working on that, or doing it. I am doing it actively, but it's still kind of scary to be by myself out here shooting partial nudes in the forest. I really don't want to have to hike back over those rocks barefoot with the camera. They're way too slippery. Otherwise I would totally show you the view that I was looking at. So many hikers have walked by. Oh my gosh. I bet I was, other than the beautiful waterfall that they probably saw, I'm probably another highlight. Here's one of my views. So beautiful. Oh. And then I wanted to go in that hole over there, but that's way too dangerous. And then I got mountains and waterfalls up there. As I'm taking my taxi back from the Steel Waterfalls to my hostel, of course the scenery is absolutely stunning. My lovely taxi driver was like telling me, hey, you want me to pull over at any point in time? Let me know. It's no problem. So eventually I saw some beautiful Highland cattle. I'm like, please pull over. So he pulled off, and I get out of the car to go take pictures of these massive cows. And he's like, yeah, you can go ahead and get out. I'll just wait here for you. Take your time, do your thing. Just don't get too close to the cows. So of course, I'm like, no, I won't get too close to the cows. No worries. So I jump over this fence into this huge expanse of land, scamper on up to this massive black cow, and snap photos as I get closer to him. Just in case you don't know, this one and only camera that I have traveled with and used for everything, my X100V, Fujifilm, it has a fixed lens, which means I cannot zoom on it. And it's a wide angle lens too. So if I want to get a good photo of something close up, I have to be close to that thing, which in this case, I needed to get very close to this cow to get the shot that I wanted. So I did just that. And the whole time I was talking to this cow, like, hey buddy, if I'm making you uncomfortable, then let me know. I will get out of your way. I just want to get some nice photos of you because you are so handsome. And the cow was just chewing his cud, like, you know, sizing me up, not really caring about me being there in his space. But I make my way up, take my photos of this beautiful specimen, and then scamper on back to my taxi driver. And this man, he was watching me this entire time, and I get back into this taxi and he just goes, "You're a nutter, aren't ya?" I lost it. I absolutely lost. Of course, yes. Me, a nutter? Yes, indeed. Facts. Thank you for witnessing that and my kind fellow taxi man. So then, you know, we were laughing the rest of the way back, and I ended up going on another hike right after that. But it was a jolly good time, and I did not get sat on by a Highland cow. So that is my story